Tunde Obaze, going from California, but I'm Edo Bataki. I want to thank you for joining us in celebrating Edo Language Day. There's a whole lot packed to be scheduled for this evening, this afternoon. Welcome all of you to Toronto, Canada. Simultaneously, Edo Language Day is taking place in so many other places like Benin City, Auchi, Okwila, and so many others. So it is the intention of the Nebo TV and all of us that Edo will be spoken again worldwide and by so many. Please, a round of applause for that. Now we came to celebrate that. Yes. I just wanted to throw that in here. I know it's wonderful, but and I love all of people like again.
Welcome. Thanks so much about you. Tell me so much about you. We are very honored to see you here. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And she told me you've been to Benin City before. Benin City, Nigeria?
Oh yes, I've been to Nigeria many times.
I said that you've been to Benin?
I was in Benin City.
Yes, Benin City?
Yeah, and I went up the river Odisha and all the big yams.
Yes.
Down the river.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. We are very, very honored. We feel very honored and privileged to have you here. We are celebrating Edo Language Day.
This is what I was kind of in my parents' book.
Yes. Thank you so much. We are very, very honored. We appreciate you.
Never lose his stride. Edo Maredo, Edo Mare Toronto, Mare California, Mare Hall, Edo. So we must be as lively and as loud. It doesn't matter whether I just want to give yourselves a round of applause. I want to say you are so beautiful. The representation of all the tradition. Honestly, I am so honored to be here. I'll do this again. I want to thank my sister, our queen, Nekwe Obasogie, for taking this on. I don't know how we could have started this. But let me not continue. Before we start anything, we must pray. We are not here on our own. We are here by divine grace. So, as a though, we do pray. With kolanut, they say the kolanut is given to those who understand the Bible. But I will call now on our elder brother. The Edo tradition requires that a chief, or actually the son of Oba, if it's in the house, can bring the kolanut. A chief in Benin, or one of the eldest person, Edo person in the house. Or if there's no Oba's chief in the house,
let us ask first.
All right. Is there a chief? Thank you. My sister is always been there for me everywhere I go. You see, just a simple one. Here to OISE. We say yo, we say yo, oh again say that's we are going through that. Then if Oyoba wrong, whether direct or indirect, we can identify who that person is. Then also no. What I'm saying is that in the Kolanot, it is the right of, by tradition, that it will be either a chief or the son of Oba. If we have a descendant or son of Oba in the house, if he's younger, he can touch the Kolanot, granting the right for the elderly person to do it, because we respect our mothers, we respect our fathers, we respect our elders. So we are over. It doesn't matter but if anybody is a direct descendant of any of the Oba, please raise your hand. All right. The descendant of the Oba, I have Dr. Nabule. Please give him a round of applause. If we can just see Dr. Nabule. And please, you can come on up with me on stage. Because
anyone ever Evena, Dorina, anyone, or whether Karuna is a my bow. Oh, Duanos are not yet the Dana, Bama Flying. Who is so about the Simaco? Yeah, who get him out of it now? Who Yoga do ya no kind, Uruma, and said the water. Baba near about West Hill, now Simaco. It's a the Maridu, Imana at the Lena. A cookie could marry cool or talk or that, the marita, no law, no everywhere, but say, no good my hair, no good my hair, no see my hair one big, no see my motor. La Hova, taking and the Mangona, get away, money daily, I mean, not here, no master your. Taking a man, Demohaniana, Evena, a cow. Baba they are having my hair refer, who can be my mom. But could you not there? A married Terry, marry you what? Give me my mom. My meow, my meal, my meal bowl, my quarter, my pussy, or what money mouth there, money mouth. Really, I married you both have a pump. How would you know that a anonymous? La Hova. Ebena na no ma ya ro la ho ina ya ke ni bu ke moni de ya ke ma ni ma ke na ti na no ma ke bu na ke bena ya o ma mi ya o ina ya ke ni bu ni ma ti no e no e to e nika o ba to pe
never saw it baba. Never saw a buffer, 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 No, Prince. Okay. Give the Prince first. Take the plan. Okay. Give other.
Wow! Oh, why are you giving? Why you shadow? I was so wow.
Please give them a round of applause. I love it. That's why I say I'm proud of you. In every situation, we have a song, we have a prayer, we have it all. Because we are running late, I will appreciate every speaker to cut it shorter than usual because we are 1 hour behind. Well, next on the agenda is the Edo National Anthem, led by my sister, Lady Agabiomo, and Pa Omori, and Obviasity. Now, we're in Canada. With all due respect to Canada, I want to the Canadian National Anthem by Ianu Adesina. Where are you? Come on, beautiful one. Better than that for this beautiful girl. Round of applause, loud. Thank you. We must continue to encourage and see that my daughter already speaks multiple languages. That's a true way. Next on the agenda is Dr. Obayiwada. They say you have a cara for us. If you will please just step on stage for me. And Dr. Obayiwada is a long-time friend, and we know Patakio Aleno. By the way, if you don't understand, a kara in Benin is what you call poetry, like Haranima.
A kara in Ghana, a kara do. The poem we do. Imiayaka. Eso ogo quiero. Eso oge mi pataki. Awe na yaka. Eso oga emi na wu okwe. Nikia tana oyekere. But itan ayafi. ne morega tuhoi. Okie ave yau nana miewe imwanyamona ogo kie no. Enya yo. Omo tingi aware ewe ewani here is here pepa nega emi when you mo wetona why wenu weta ala o an is here ne ariye o thank you.
This is so powerful. If you don't mind, it's out of the agenda. I would just like, although he had requested, to interpret, just for the sake of those who don't understand what he just said.
In Benin poetry, it can serve many purposes. Sometimes it's for levity, just for laughter. Sometimes it's a serious subject. At other times, it's reflecting on some history. And the other time, it brings out a message. The poem that I just read in Benin has to do with the tradition when a child sneezes. When the child sneezes, the mother will often say, "Not you, my child." And the poet is asking, your child just sneezed, and you are saying, "Not you, my child." He said, that is lying. And you as a mother, you are saying such. What do you expect your child to do? The child is going to lie too. And that is the basis of lying when the truth is not known. So the poet is saying, be careful, because a liar is never believed. Thank you.
Thank you. Please give him a round of applause, because for me, this is the lesson of the day. And I promise I won't tell you any lie or misrepresent anything in the next 4 hours. Well, before we go, I want to try to recognize a few people and gratitude to a few others. Just before this time, we're running out of time, but without them, this would not have been possible.
I thank you and I greet you all, my elders. Everybody say Happy Anglo Language Day 2024.
Happy Anglo Language Day 2024.
I tell you, it takes us to celebrate who we are. And at this point, as we always do, we acknowledge and we send our gratitude to the dignitaries amongst us. We'd like to start by saying that this day has been blessed by our Oba Otompaye. This day too has been blessed by your Kumakwe of Uwanu, Dr. Oshapi Gabo, and we say he said to that. We also like to acknowledge the presence of our prince here with us, Prince Eferi.
Prince Ephraim Eljakosa Noboke is the crown prince of the Onosha Orona in Delta State and is here with us today. You are welcome to the second annual Anglo Language Day Worldwide Program.
Thank you very much. We do have dignitaries amongst us that have come to help us rejoice in this occasion amongst us here in Toronto. And we want to say we acknowledge you, your Honorable Madame Dr. Jean Augustine. Please, everyone, a round of applause. Dr. Jean Augustine is an icon of Toronto and of Canada as a whole. And we want to say thank you to Dr. Musakari, who have been able to help have grace as we have. Thank you. We also want to acknowledge the greetings from the Member of the Provincial Parliament, MPP David Smith, who will be gracing us with his presence very shortly, and he has brought some certificates with many messages for us to have. At this time, we also want to thank our precious, most wonderful, the people, the ones on whose shoulders we stand here today. And these are our elders. They came all the way from the United States of America to grace us with this occasion. And with this, we continue now to go.
Thank you.
Okay. This program would not have been possible without the successful and wonderful partnership that we have with the University of Toronto through OISE, Ontario Institute for Studies in Education, at the Department of Education, Social Justice Education, and through their departmental student association called the SJEDSA. For us to function in this capacity with the entire support of the space, the use of the space, the use of the EV, the use of the materials that we're using, they are achieving their goal as the social justice educational department in OISE to have academic projects and goals that are meaningful to our community. And this indigenous program that we are doing today aligns with one of their visions to support communities in a way that enhances sustainable development. I also want to thank and acknowledge every guest that are here with us today. Thank you for your presence. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here. Please clap for yourself, for there's a round of applause for yourself for coming today. And I welcome you all. And with this, we continue the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my sister. Nobody else would have done it better than that, so that's why I was honest enough to give her the microphone, say, do the introduction before I put it up. But again, no disrespect to anybody, no disrespect, but we are here to celebrate Edo Language Day 2024 worldwide, and it's going on in multiple locations. But coming up next will be a little entertainment. My sister, Madam Arabiamo Omori, to sing for entertainment. This will just be for about 10 minutes.
My
Hello,
Please give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Please give them a round of applause. Yes, before this, I knew them as 2 years ago. I have seen them in so many places and in so many countries. But going on to the next item on the agenda, it is my honor to present my beautiful sister, our queen, somebody I will call the leader now of Edo language. Please give Lady Nekme Obasoke, or I will say Uri Nekme Obasoke, a round of applause because she made us proud. She will give us the opening speech.
Thank you, sir. I welcome you all, ladies and gentlemen. Waya wabokia o. The Edo language, also known as Edo, belongs to Edo, a group of languages within the larger Niger-Congo language family in West Africa. It is primarily spoken by most Edo people in Edo State in southern Nigeria, particularly in Benin City and the neighboring local governments and the senatorial districts, where it serves as the major native language, while English language remains the official language of Nigeria. Other native languages in Edo State are Esako, Esan, Akoko Edo, and many others, which are all rooted in Edo language. Edo language is also spoken in Delta State. As for its origin, the Edo language has ancient roots in the historical Benin Kingdom, which flourished through the 19th century to present day in southern Nigeria, and they are one of the oldest kingdoms in Africa that survived the intricacies of colonization and the British punitive expedition of 1897. This confirms the ascension of the former Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, in a speech delivered in Benin City during the National Festival of Arts and Culture, NAFEST, in 2019. He depicts the Benin Kingdom as a citadel of culture, an ancient city that is steeped in the splendor of our cultural fineness and tradition. Today marks our second year of celebrating the annual Edo Language Day program. This year's program is hosted in 6 locations, including Ososo, Ekoma, Okwila, Benin City, Toronto, and Auchi. As we celebrate this year's program, we pray that the Almighty God of our ancestors guide and protect us and give us the strength and wisdom to uphold tapestry of our culture and continue with the legacy of our forebears. Thank you all. I welcome you all to this program. This is our second edition of the Edo Language Day Worldwide. We're here booking our
Again, please give her a round of applause. If everybody was like Nekme, saying that whatever we own, we don't lose it, Edo will be Edo Newahirina, but we're still going to go there.
Yes.
But
Edo, Masikoko Nabazio, Edo, Wami Masikoko Nabazio, Edo, Dr. Namlebe Baba, Edo, Wami Masikoko Nabazio, Edo. Wami Masikoko Nabazio.
And just for those who did not understand that, again, powerful lyrics. You say, Edo, let's come together so we can reason together.
Yes.
See, those who come together, you eat together, you do well.
Together.
You pray together, you do well together.
Yes.
And if you reason together, the sky is your limit.
Yes.
Again, promoting one's language, there's a song in my language talking about owning something, but you don't know the value. This is about the bird that have a lot of feathers. We call him the king of feathers. But guess what? It doesn't fly. Because it doesn't have confidence. Because it doesn't. So, some of us choose the wrong thing sometimes to actually express ourselves. The song goes like this. Awe no giga no kie majore. Awe no giga no kie majore. Ebo karogo ebo bete rogo. Ai ebo kwa kwa baleri. Awe o awe kie majore. Awe o awe kie majore. Awe no giga no kie majore. Ebo karogo ebo bete rogo. I will entertain forever, but I just don't want to, because I felt a quarter of the time this was not needed. But I will say again, happy the second Edo Language Day Worldwide 2024. And I hope to see you here again next year when you're coming bringing about a few other people. Now, we have a keynote speaker. And I will employ my brother, Professor Uyilawa Uswani. Is he in the house?
Yes.
Please give him a round of applause. He's our keynote speaker. So tell us about why and how spoken Edo has declined. He's to tell us why and how spoken Edo has declined. Well, let's see.
Anyway, we are swanted. And you have one kind. When I do not say, Yahweh. I once said on my network, Ugiore, Edunazena, okay, with UNESCO, Yakbaogari, Eniari, Kevin Buhia, no Carolina, Olago. Yanakare, no my expect where Alawo, Ewonaze, Nibum, and a wee. And we do carry any I weird, and I will mean any I weird, and when I got was joy. Up our hand, if Pataki, Niawo, or Zed, never now we, never I get in joy. Oh, if you are carrying there with me, I will carry there with me. If you are with me, here is there with me. Wasedonia, Rahamia, Ribiaka, Area, Area, where do I know? Arabia, Edo, where is Edonia? As a Ebonomagba. Only the man where they are here. Every man, oh, wow, we can. If man can't was every man. Men of whoever on men never. That was a good year. A dollar being. So, may I get around the answer? Here, Yasima, here, you on the Anguzo. Here, was it. Anyways, there is a plan, no corset, or I might be a level one, you know what, neck was the not the Nosuna, why I swear, only in the hand walking. When I swear, I mean, if you carry was anyone who in a was I swear, or bear no swear. E che non ha suono, ora scuonare bombo. E poi una tierra mo. Ie. Amo calotu. Na ya con edo, ana mo ora me ari calaba. Io ve mo ari calaba na ya mo edo. Io chiesi local, io è in 1901. Poi chiesi una e boppa aya mani io amakwe ni aze edo yeji. 1902 oyo bakpa na ti Bishop James Johnson aya we adiedo aya go ki Saint Matthew. I know you about, I know you about my living. Amara Azibu, Amazedu, Yoba, Funaraze. Ria, my money. Every school, a school or the area or Bele. If you can't get school here. Bese awa in school. Awa in agbe school. Akoni azedu. Ebopa aze. Evani donaze na so awu. Nda ya ile ya azedu. Aha de walumuna. Ona boaze bopa de muna. Quando quase o papai ali, menina, when you look at it, answer how well I ask the boy. I will really ask it. I only ask that we walk by and say, therefore, in every time, you don't see any language football. And near that, don't. I think I will go more. I'll say, and I will language football. And that's where you go mad in one. That, you never do now. You never do now. Zamanuya. Then I tell them where you want to buy them where. If you have to do it, you don't know where. And that's where I'm able. As early as the 1914, a report in the rate at which English has spread in these parts, and these are other parts of the protectorate, proves that the language is in the process of adoption as a second language, common to all tribes for purposes of trade and intercommunication, and that English is better adapted to this purpose by reason of poverty of the native languages in ways to express more than the limited wants and ideas of everyday bush life. So by 1914, the school, 1920s, I just saw my school. So when I live the carrying infants, ni wada soon, ni wada soon. Any of my do, I do my when I primary, primary, I will do or I do, I punish you for speaking vernacular.
Yes.
Alex Samaro, Niama, at the school. Yana, at the school. Any Yama teach, even I decide, he got a couple. Yeah. And when you are teaching in school, near the school, Yama area. That I'm not really doing. We made a do my Yama, and I said, do it. So, but 1927, 18 sets of graduates, 18 sets, a variable be a set, no graduate in the school, I do, no matter than no matter I do here. 1934, 10 sets, new way, a do infant, or for no graduate in the school. If I education when I did it, do not say, the camarade has if we are you was there, you go, your man was smoothly up. Go what if we are there. You have another soon. I don't know how headquarters or the Benin province. The man does not have very good. He won. And does not have very good. Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, Seki, Wobo, Ehadwa, Niedu. Wekomare, a woman do me. If you have back or a dog, 1952 population statistics already if you have to 43,676. If you go now 5,411, you go now 2,124. You go now 905. You got by 292. If you have already boom in Nigeria, 1,228. I will go in 9,127. Where you have to be, over between 10 and 20%. Only when I got a eba na pidgin do ya. The right one, do you want? I will hear go, I go here national, I will pidgin. This is the theory, and I created Midwest. I created Midwest, I do not go capital or in Midwest. Yeah, here in Midwest, here in our area, here after the population we are doing 1962, under 93,000. 1964, we are moving under 106,000. Only 13,000 people now go deeper. It won't boost everywhere. A local government. The matter, not all the Maya, where is school area, Kirabunazek, Kirabuna, Mamaga, Pole. 1967, we bought a solar administrator, the city council. So the policy, when I do it, only my Kayamaga. Our school, my school, if you have to marry, those are the men I get to do in schools, you know what I do. Under my or I'm here to bribe the ministry, the school board. And when you go to bribe the and when you go forward, or you go near bribe the and you are all here, you run, drop pineapple, here my money. I go to school. The government here want to take over school in 1973. The one here already do not a waffle. Again, I'm going to carry the bar. I do not say the school day. If you are you were in a half lesson, Okrapana Wamuku Barbayo, Naze do Cabo, okay. Late Chief Dr. Jacob Iradewa. Yerusma Manika be Beo Hawego. Yerusma Agme Ave be Oredo Nati School. If Aves be not many Yara Abum, Ekele Taido, 1934, Ohio, 1936, Epimina, 1937, Rob Dagmon, 1948, Ozedu. Interpreter, 1953. Always the bike, and then a book do. A Guavana do by 1956. An Agni, a reader, a Godin, a Guinefo, a Bekara, Noka Ela 65, all points are selling points in Benin. If a play of our now I can also send a safe boy. I really been so when was soon, and when I been I will go, Kivare, you and I recommend that I've been an I am my as a school. If you do, and I are dead in it. Ya we be like ya ma be wo e ge na e ga le ba na so na ni na so ya ye gbogbo ni be ya ni bu na so ya ye gbogbo ni be onda e ma ma te bi an e yo ye do se de ne a be le do e ma mo bode ya wo ma kan Ave erima vidima. E ave goma kanya, e ade ni ave tie ni aya ma so ni su wa. When we law said way back 1948. Any of where I was stereo, on our all people that are civilized in the world speak and write their languages in books. But my people of Edo land, for no reason, abandoned their own language.
Okay.
They have turned English into an important language, which they now speak. It is a thing of great shame that when 2 or 3 people meet, they will speak in English. From the urban and council chiefs to all the small children, making it look as if English language is what God used in creating the world. This development shows that we do not want to throw away our language, but we want to turn ourselves into the slaves of the English forever. That was way back in 1948.
1948.
Et là, on a un modèle là-dedans. Et pour nous, on a un modèle là-dedans. On a un bébé dans le là-dedans, 1948. On a Amazé Woman, Taoui. Et nous, on est sous nous, avec un scoop, et un de Nazaré. Ebo kere epidjan adigbo alekon yarize owa o eya ebi mona biere wo edu neri abinya edu alekon adigbo yarize wo edu iyo pa ne na yeze edu wa igwe mubono so pe bo la igwe ni ya ni ka do le ya to ta ba ya ke ye go ni ya to ta ya a pigeon, a dialect, like women. And then you are a do a cold week here, so my water in my house, Maya, a think and do. Esquire thing, women, they don't want. Maya we are saying, then I Ronda, I school in Florida. And I say, a more conservative in my law, in I said, if we are Magna Academy, I do our do wire, anything. So when I have my more in when I ask that do it, I have my own, I ask you better do it. I decide. Actually, a union, anything here after a cattle on the after the teacher, a University of Lagos, not every training in my bedroom, anywhere, I have mine do nothing. And then you are a period on Mao and woman, never. Okay, man, back. The mark of here, the man Nagua do swan. If you read, any never, we are very much do. Yeah, yeah, Mauna as well. Yeah, up and one. The Catholic faith. The Bishop Kelly. I baptism here, a dollar, a Bishop Kelly. A door, a young a Jacka, a how baptism confirmation. So when Bishop Kelly by 1973, Oya woman nine Muyo, Bishop Oyesan. Kagani had the Amada Gray. Amada Gray away practicing the Parado. Amada Gray do. Elisa, the Catholic Kilo. Oruane, always Bishop Eku born. Here I born for one Bishop Eku. Eku mother going to some Latinaya or massive. Okay, pa. Obipo no era olanga, I get the right well, Kogiawe mass, Onda Redonia, who power remote. I Dumas, Upa, I Ghana, I have Ghana the most. Will tell you about 12 times a year. If you have to live poor people, no, the Archbishop, and I will not allow. Now, where? Not fair by in Banawe, or when I have been, or when I have Bania. If you don't wear, so we are you near your first year. So, in my own idea, if you don't want to you back when I form, so I will not every man or you. Okay, I say, I glass my power. Ego. I've been a man. Okay, if I have more. If I have prepared, okay, my delicate. I do only reality to me and my new point. You can have more, me, a bit, no boom. I center, summer school, center, out here in the Vieto, in Adigola, Naya, the one you can eye, the one you boy, in Adivan, any has you. I want to a foundation. I am funding na higher area. I am be like I am mine free of charge. Near me can have where we say. I'm aware you. I every more more. Near me am my more. I do not say what. Dear Macaron, yeah, my opinion, I do not say what. There you where acabamos barba amurgo la nia ya una every man oh yani eu não dou or we ali mali lewo ya zinia ye benana ami aye maebu maiwoko ya na ya tendumu opa ya tamo owo e mo oba owo ba ni ajo wo ba no obo ya we lady abiomo abiyire 1991 mana we conference already mana agwa yo le ya yes abi ya do pataki ya ni wa yo ni mama bu ero inu ariola ero pamaze opa ni bu eko oyi if you for here, when I want to see this, I now will let out. My take one with my eye. Away a near and begging, smarter. Away the away my position or the even though the end I arrested away for one night. Away so when I knew of my where Yahoo, now we a cure and yet do now or now away for 1 hour. When you are close like your office, if you are a man, yes, the question is, can you what that can I see you? Oh, yeah, or how are you back? When we are I am also near the cool, the elective law, or how are you? So, a musician here, do the life a musician, oh, yeah, I'm looking for it. Eric, my dear, my few in a way, my Ladia, Nayas was wild, a door, all we can, I
teu. Obi mana na teu. Paus falando. Ora tonima. Eme no jota mi mana. Ogi magina nana. Magazi ma. Obi ma. No me mwenya hu. Ona bebi maya koko. Omona na teu bi. Enekme. Tibiuwa. Obasokie. No ma de Woods University. Auditorium where now? Who are to? Oh, mercy. Omonande, Ogofo, Edo, Odion. Bene Otima, Obaze, Vetai, Ugayodo, Edo, Odion. Edo Adekenuye, Edo Odion. Uwayala to, uwara peo, obiya manovere mana, keke fadaka, Judith, uwayala to, akoyo, opo rutoboe, ivye, obiasokie, ebae Elise Morotian, Moruyi, akoyo.
OISE. I honor that, but we must respect time. We are 1 hour behind, and I love the statement, but we must cut it short. And I would please appeal to those who already got time. If it's 20 minutes, let's keep it 10. If it's 10, let's keep it. So that way we respect those who chose to come. So next year they come join us. If we overstay, we have issues next time. I really appreciate all of you. Coming up next, a little entertainment. Again, we did not applaud our brother. The history. I learned from it. Please give him a round of applause. We are Give them a round of applause, please. Thank ladies and gentlemen, we are regularly scheduled as we go because of time. Coming up next, I would like to introduce my sister, the keynote speaker. And our topic for today is Vatiwe. What are you called? And again, I have to apologize to those who don't understand. They know very well. I love the presenters that they did bring PowerPoint, just like the previous presenter. Because of time, we couldn't interpret, but please always read the PowerPoint and follow through. And make friends with an little person and they will explain a little more. Now, coming up, I have my sister, Professor Uyilawa Uswala. Sorry. Sorry, no, that can be my sister either. I have Dr. Itohani presenting Vatiwe. What are you called? Or what do you even call yourself? Please give her a round of applause, please. Thank
And then, and you only one now, or that's you, then no, you went. Elame, Uyilawa, Uswale, or Bello Tonesio, on Nikmia border, Ave, Arioba, on Nikmia border, Ave, Oko. So, ma, only my bill, it will not be Ikmia body demand head and bima. Quickly, I'd like to say good afternoon to everyone. The title of my work is, What is Your Name? It's so easy for us to point fingers to the powers that be over us. We want to look inward. We want to focus on ourselves. If we want to reclaim our identity, we have to start from home. Charity begins at home. Our takeaway today will be for us to understand, which my teacher has already laid the foundation, historical precedents that impacted the identity and of the Benin people, and then the significance of the name culture. I would also love for you to take away at the end of the day the appreciation and significance of your own name. We have to start with you. And then at the end, what are those actionable steps we should take to make this happen after now? For the benefit of those who are not directly from Benin, of course we know the Nigerian map and we know where the Edo State is situated. If you don't know, please get a hold of Nekme. The next time she's going to Benin, she's ready to come take you along. This is the Reverend Oba, and in his procession, the Royal Majesty Oba Ewaye II, Oba Atokwe. In Benin, before every occasion is begun, which I believe also happened here today, yes, the kola nut is presented. In the same way, we have not given up the Kola, I speak Benin very well, but inclusiveness is what we talk about. So, if you want me to switch to Benin, I can do that very well as well. Kola nut is being part of the core of the culture. In the same way, we have not forgotten all this. What about the main thing that keeps us together? What is a name? In Benin, as it is in Africa, name is not just name for naming's sake. No. When we name a child, it is supposed to tell a history. Yes. It is supposed to have a meaning. It is supposed to remind you of the circumstances surrounding the child's birth. It is also supposed to tell you what you believe, what you hope this child will become in the future. Yes. So your name can also be your prayer to the child. Does your name answer for you? Last month, June, I had the opportunity to be in a different location for a talk like this. And the person who came to pick me in the airport said, is an Oyibo man, where does your name answer for you? That's the first time I'm hearing that. But I know the answer, that my name speaks for me. Itoha, Itohani, my name speaks for me. Itoha means mercy. It's only my mother that calls me Itohosa, God's mercy. And it's speaking for me. I see that happening. That's the same thing we are going to do right now. I am respecting everyone and I'm respecting your space. We want to have a reflective community brainstorming, reflection. Please turn to one person, either on your left or on your right. Introduce yourself to that person. What is your name? Can you hold on for a minute, please? You're going to tell your neighbor what is the meaning of your name, beyond your name, or the history of your name. Right? All right. You have 2 minutes to do that. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We will have time to talk more. After the session is rounded up, that's your friend, stick to that person and continue the conversation. I can say, Ijele Agabiomo Ubewi. Agabiomo, Itewetatie, Kubele, Nina Kahin, Yele, Manako Teddy Jordan, Igimiona Tamanayaka. Please, is anybody willing to share? The person sitting by you, what did he or she say his or her name is? Or I'm not total to what's here. Yes, ma'am. That's my namesake.
Yes.
Okay. What did she say to her name? What is the history?
That means mercy. And she gets that every day.
Good. Yes, Baba. Go ahead.
God is the physician.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Please, let's not be shy. I'm sure there are some people. I met someone yesterday. This occasion started. Okay, go ahead. Oh yes, please. I am a teacher by profession. When I talk, That is one name. That's like a paragraph. Yes. But there are some of us. I met someone yesterday and I said, "What is your name?" She told me her name, and it is in English. I'm not calling her name. And I said, "What does that mean?" Oh, it's a name, and a name water. In a way, I have. We a man in Nonia, so many Siebe Cocono de No. In a woman near door, or not time man. In a way, only men in Nigeria. Or a near bony where you need you van. That's your alias, your AKA. If you have an English name and you are seated here, James, John, Charity, Mary, when we ask you, say, oh, it's biblical name, agree. My teacher, already laid the foundation of how all that started. Christianity, Westernization, modernization, and globalization brought us close into changing our names. It is so easy. In 2010, when I came to Harvard, I was answering Mercy. And at some point, I thought my identity was getting lost. In some of my assignments, I will put Itoha in one, I will put Mercy in another one, and my professor called me, "What really is your name?" And I said Itoha. And she said, "Go to the registrar's office, tell them what you want your name to be." And since then, I have been answering Itoha. If Oyibo people know Sabi Kolam, I will spell them for them. If they know Sabi pronounce them, I will help them, break them down for them. Yes. Itoha is just 6-letter words. Yes. I help them by saying, you know how to sound Italy? They call Italy, they don't call Italy. No. Right? Yes. If you can call Italy, that's how the beginning of my name is. It's so easy. Yeah. You need to help them. You need to make that happen. So now that you know your name is your identity, your name does not have to be lost with where you found yourself. You are ashamed to tell Oyibo people, your name is Kelechi, your name is Itoha, your name is God blessed me with 2 nations. That's how I like to describe them. Omeva Osalokwaya Wene. Bihiahiani, Eniedo Munia, Kenokao, Kenuko Gevao, Eniedo. Because when you are in school in the West and your peers, your friends cannot call your name, it's hard to get friends. No cow, Inaratia Jeswe Menede. Irese ikmomosa idumoji. Nupoge vanaga izodu wade ihense inyowowo idumoji. Owe uwaleya eniedo wa mamia. Ina kamia we edenwa mie bono mwenye niedo maafi nina wele. And every day I explain to them, by the way, just what Penede is too long, it fills up like any other Kokorefe, I think enough money in the bay. Eh, mana dole pe bwari obana ya fie ni nijiene, na hitie na we nede. Iha mae we elike ni nula gbera ude elu. Negere noroto boy lati egbe ga no ewe bati owe I am doer. Uzo doer we be. That is your identity. We don't want to be lost in the crowd. So, enini mahiari u na hiaya mie we mama wiyisi. Maje ha onwani mahi maha ujie bima ebi bie mo. Wa ma gugu abeni gbegbe ko eri buwa ya ko ije gbe oka we gbele tani da wiye ke ba adewu ga certifie ni we ye James osabo yen ni no ni ya ki mo sabo yen ko da o mo ke tan fun oro ga re ati seleva fiefo Oga kan wọ́n máa lè fi ẹ̀fọ́ àbàbàrúdà gbọ́n ẹ̀yẹ bọ́gárí ọba ọba sẹ́yìn. Rúmìtá àìhẹ́yìn nà dùà lọ. No vie vavo. There were imagine not having imagine that way. Ugie, Naya Moini. Eni, Wagera, Eni, no man. Unhuta, no rane, no money. Ogagere, Ubere, Bagere, when you met, oil. Ikmosa, Elikani ni lagbera hekeni ga mo sengeni. Nete o ene ide oke ide ugodo ebu eya. Egbe matu eyo, eri man yo boda yo basokma men yo boda ma hia. Ni ma bu egbe mate, ni ma ko wi maswe, ni ma ga bu egbe ni heni ma. Kegbe we fie werie, e monu ara bie ke bagba, oni bi we ara bie, mweni edo ni ya. This is my challenge to everyone. Go and ignite your word. Your name is your identity. Wow.
Please, I would like a standing ovation to my sister. I would like a standing ovation to my sister because the gospel, we must continue. Just in case, I'll be glad to say my name is Anawa. So in America, they say, what does Ana mean? I said, if you're waiting for any wealth, be ready to take part of my language, take some shit. So, having said that, let me have just a second, please. Last one, give her a round of applause. Now, I've heard her sing so much, sometimes even in my sleep I start singing and I'm singing. Well, next I have to order something because we have a sister in the house, but I'll let somebody who know her to introduce. Mr. Nosakari Alex Ihama, where are you? Give him a round of applause. Look at him, look at him. Typical Edo man. I love you, my brother. Please do us a favor and introduce the angel among us.
When I call my machine, well, my name is Nosakari Odem. Thank you. I chose to bring back my name when my mother died 2 years ago. Right? I was just like, how do I honor this woman? We put her on the foundation, but it just came to my mind. I woke up in the morning. She never called me Alex. She said, Nosakari Odem. Nosakari Odem means what God has said about you will come true. Absolutely. Yeah. So it is my great honor. We are talking about history. When we talk about history, when you talk about history in Canada, you can't do it without mentioning the Honorable Dr. Augustine. For many of you came from the US and all that, so I just thought I'd give you a good introduction. Those who are from Canada, they know her very well because there are schools named after her. Wow. There are parks named after her. Wow. Exactly. Let's do that. Wow. There are schools named after her. Wow. There are parks named after her. Wow. There are books about her. Wow. Even the universities, they have foundations and centers about her. Yes, there's a park that's very close to Tobico. So she made the motion for us to celebrate Black History Day in Canada. And not only that, there's way more we can, I mean, just Google it, you can get a lot of information. But as when I came to Canada about 25, 27 years ago, I was in an event and I heard her speak. I didn't know who she was, and there was no technology as much as now, right? I heard her speak, I said, I would so love to know that woman. That was just what I said. And today we talk on the phone, and I've got to see her beautiful heart. More than what you read in history, This is the mother of history. This is the mother of history. And she has sat here quietly, probably one of the first to always arrive. One of the first to always arrive.
Yes.
And makes her time available.
Yes.
You want to learn leadership? Just hang out with the Honorable Dr. Gina Augustine. Wow. So it is my honor, my distinguished Mama, you know I love you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Yes, the humility you have is extraordinary. And I mean, our age is not a secret because if you Google her, the first thing Wikipedia will tell you is you are looking at somebody way above 80. So I'll let you go to do your own research. I don't want to mention, say you don't mention the age of a woman, right? So, but Mama, it is our distinguished honor, right? And you have to come as well. This is not this. You are a mama in making. 100%. Put your hands together. And please, can we rise on our feet? Please, in honor of history, in honor of the Edo language, in honor of the mention of social justice in Canada, an icon, not an icon in the making, I say an icon. If you have sitting down, let it be because your legs don't work. And please, put your hands together, come on, somebody, as we welcome the Honorable, the Dr. Gina Augustine. Come on, let's see one guy.
Mama, as a black woman standing in front of you, you know what that means in Canada. Yes, you are so inspirational. I keep researching about you. I keep following you. Oh my goodness, I'm so honored to be standing before you today, Mama. To honor you with a bronze award from the Benin Kingdom. I said, what else I can do to honor you than to present our cultural heritage? Benin bronze to you, Mama. We appreciate you. Not to say we appreciate you. You have done a lot. You have sacrificed so much of your time to serve the community. The fact that we can proudly stand in front of you and say, I'm inspired. Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
And before you go, one second.
Obavan. Teacher sitting beside me and I said, how do you say hello? How do you say friends? How do you say good afternoon? How do you say good evening?
Obavan.
Obavan. My God. Yes. I can say bonjour. As an 87-year-old, maybe you can sit down, please.
Yes.
I came here in 1960. When I came to Canada in 1960, there were 18 million Canadian. The population was around 18 million. The population is now around 40, 41 million.
Wow.
So you can see that I've seen the growth in population.
Yes.
The things that were missing in the society at the time, although Canada was known for its diversity, working towards fair and just and inclusive society, there were lots of things that were missing for African Canadians, black people, or people of color in Canadian society.
Yes.
And so there was work to be done. We had no Charter of Rights and Freedom at the time. Canada's constitution was held in Britain.
We had no, by the way, we brought our Constitution back in 1982, and we amended it with what we call the Charter of Rights and Freedom. And so from 1982, we have Section 15 that we tout all the time, because Section 15 of the Charter says you cannot discriminate on the basis of age, sex, ethnic, etc., etc. The issue of celebrating who we are, who you are, who we are in Canadian society, that was a discussion that was taking place throughout the 50s and the 60s. The question as to who are we in Canadian society? Who's joining us in Canadian society? There were many past wrongs in Canadian society around the Japanese, around the Chinese, different things that have happened that we're not very proud of. Slavery, and the residues of slavery, and the non-recognition of people of African descent in Canadian society. And so the discussion, who are we? Are we just English and French? In the Constitution, there were arrangements for the French, the Catholic school system. There were arrangements that somehow gave certain privileges and certain rights. At the same time, we were looking at the coming into Canada of people from all parts of the world. And so the question is, who are we in Canadian society? That was a big thing at the time, having committees go around the country and hearing from communities. By 1971, we agreed that we were a multicultural, multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-religious society. Wow. And as we talk about who we were and who we are in Canadian society, we recognize that we also had to give credit to those who were joining us, bringing their culture, bringing their traditions, bringing their language, and making space for that in Canadian society, that we can say who we are, yes. That you can have that sense of belonging, yes. That you can feel that sense of inclusiveness, yes. And that you had a place in Canadian society. And so I'll just make reference to the motion that I got for Black History Month in Canada, because I had to go for just the facts. Just the facts. And what are the facts? That we, as Black people, have been in Canada since 1603. There was a young man born in the Azores who was a navigator on a ship that came with Champlain and was the first documented, as it were, Black person, around 1603. Two, that not only have we been here since 1603, but we have been contributing to Canadian society. Yes. Three, that we are a diverse African-Canadian society. I came from the Caribbean. Others came from different parts of Europe too, yes. Canada. And of course, the continental Africans like yourselves, who have made contribution to the growth and the development of Canada. And I call on the Parliament of Canada to acknowledge that and to have Black History Month, just as the Americans were doing, yes. Since 1925, yes. So that we could celebrate who we are. And so I'm very proud, very pleased to receive this today, my sister. Thank you. And also, I'm doing the boasting here. I've been to Benin. Yeah. Right? I've been to Benin City. I stayed in Benin City in one of those palatial houses. And I had great experience 8 to 9 times in the country Nigeria. And so I am very pleased, very thankful, very grateful, very honored to have and to receive this gift today.
Thank you.
So for you particularly, and if you know this song, join. What this actually says was that you are a leader that God uses to take care of the world. And we wish you, and you will live long to the day your Creator says. That's what it's going to say. Thank you. Please give a round of applause to him. Please be conscious of the program time. The next item on the program will be that my sister, Dr. Yoko Shelene, will introduce the next speaker.
I greet you all, and at this time, just as we have a special woman of wealth amongst us, we are also blessed today to have an amazing, a champion of the people he is referred to. Now, it was his motion that he moved. And the motion indicated that all the names of those who painted our schools, the Ryersons, the Dundas, that did not reflect the justice and inclusivity that Canada stood for, especially for the people of African descent. It was his motion that had begun the processes where those names have been replaced. He is the first man of African descent, the first black man that is a member of parliament in the PC party, the Conservative Progressive. In the history of the party, over 150-something years, he is currently the only black man in the Ontario Parliament, Provincial Parliament of Ontario. He is generous and a champion of our community. In fact, it is his office that has produced those many scrolls that will be awarded to some of us today. I bring to us and I encourage us to join me in a standing ovation to welcome the one and only Member of Provincial Parliament, MPP David Smith.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you.
I can't hear you. Message is real and right. I must say today, I'm humbled to see my sister. Where'd she go? Oh?
She's right here.
Okay. I'm humbled to see my sister, Jean Augustine. She and I have gone back many, many, many years ago. At her first debate to Parliament in 1983, we worked together. As a matter of fact, I was a member on that campaign that brought her to her first victory to the House of Commons. So she's real, she works hard, very dedicated person as my friend, where did he go? Who introduced her? I think that was a true message of who Jean Augustine is and continue to be. You heard her age, yes. 87. I'm so happy and delighted to be here today. I think I'm going with what the doctor from Harvard stated. I think I'm carrying an alias name. My name is David Smith, but I know it's not that. Okay? So I'm one of those guys who are looking down the trail and trying to find out where I'm actually coming from. Because the alias that I carry, it's my real name on my birth certificate, but I know that is not the name of my foreparents. Yes. So something happened along the way. Yes. And I'm happy to be amongst my brothers and sisters here today, because every time I get an opportunity to be in a place like this, I like to talk about seeing the people of my roots, of my origin, and I do respect that. And I do say this, please do not change your name for no reason whatsoever, because I love your name. I wish I had a name like that. And that's real times. I wish that I had a name like that. I've done many things, but it's on David Smith, and I've gone to several interviews where people didn't realize or did not recognize, and to see the long scroll of my resume, so, just a guy. Come on. No, that him. He can fly a plane. Are you kidding me? Who's he? They start asking a lot of questions. But yes, I've done it. And we are not all here, we are not being recognized with. Even though today I sit as the only black male in the PC Party of Ontario, and the only black male in all of the legislators, I am represented, and I do have an individual at the legislature with the same name as I am. The only difference between the two of us, he's white and I'm black. We have the same name. So they have to do something special at the legislature to identify us. I must say that those data that the Honorable Jean Augustine mentioned early on about the population, I've been here since I was a young kid. So I've been around all the time. I'm 15th generation of Americans. Okay, so I know I've been here a long, long, long time. I'm happy in this space that we continue to grow as those numbers go from 18, 20, 30, 40. I'm seeing more of the adult people and more of people from African descent. And I welcome you. I'm feeling a lot more safer today than I was feeling when I was a young child. Because I'm seeing more of us in the space sharing what we call love, kindness, togetherness, caring, compassion. Because you know what? We all have deep emotions to how we carry ourselves. And one can say whatever they want to say. I will continue with my responsibility as a member of the Legislative Assembly of Ontario to continue to make certain that these boards, these government agencies, these organizations, that I continue to pick, some of you probably right in this room, to be part of those boards in the decision making. I'm telling you this. My responsibility, I'm not only just an MPP, I was the Deputy Minister of Labor, Immigration, Training and Skills Development. And I'm now also, in addition to that, I'm the chair of all government agencies. So when it comes to the appointment of members of boards of major corporations, like judges, Justice of the Peace of Ontario, Ontario Gaming and Lottery, WSIB, they all pass my way. So those persons that sit on those boards, as they retire and they're trying to get back in there, I'm the guy. I'm happy and delighted for the invitation here today, and I don't want to take all of your time because I know other things are happening. Sorry for being late because I had several things I was doing today. But I said, you know what? I gotta be here. I gotta come down and be a part of this because I want us to keep fighting the good fight and do all the right things because we are looking for people in many departments, in many parts of the government. We have a labor shortage in Ontario. Over 300,000 jobs are out there. So I'm saying to you, let us work together in making it happen. We're trying to build 1.5 million new homes by 2031, and I'm saying not all of them are going to be condos and houses. Some of them are going to be very affordable homes. So let's continue to put your applications in. Check into my office. Give me a call. Don't be shy. I'm live and real. Thank you.
Thank you. We heard you, we feel you, and we are with you. From today, we are gathered here as a new people. You are part of us. Yes. We see you in us, and we feel you as well. Today, we'll give you Osaikofo. It means God has been with you all this while. I will continue to be with you. And it does not keep any malice at all with you. That's the meaning of the psychology.
Well, my brother, I will never call you your other name anymore. Thank you very much for coming. Opo here. OISE. Koyo. Ijare.
Before we continue, we would like to acknowledge the presence of the Prince, who in hearing him, just as our elder Iye have said, instructed that Iye provides the name from the kingdom. Please, I will give you to Madame Lepe to do the proper introduction and bring the prince up.
Oh, I'm very honored and proud to introduce the Crown Prince of Onitsha Oroma, Prince Israel Adiakosa Nobuke. He flew all the way from Washington, D.C., United States. Edition of the Donor Radio Worldwide. You are welcome to the podium.
It's working.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Mama, no, I didn't. I want it.
Yes, while you were speaking and said you were still digging through into your roots, it occurred to me you were in a search. And people will say that when a child cries, the mother had better listen because he is crying for something.
Yes.
And that was why I tapped Lady Agama and asked her to give you a name. Because you are African, then you need to have an African name.
Yes.
So, by the power of our ancestors and God Almighty, the name given to you today is your African name. Be proud to bear it.
Yes.
It has meaning, and the meaning of the name will always go with you.
Yes.
And we pray by the power of God Almighty and in the name of our ancestors that the name will be a blessing to you, a source of protection to you, a source of fortune to you, a source of exposure to greater things. We ask of this in the name of God the Father,
the
Son, and Holy Spirit. And we seal it in the name of our ancestors. At this moment also, giving respect to our great king, Omanoba Nedo, Oba Topai.
Somebody give me a mic. Who gave a microphone? We just have a few more to go. We're doing well with time, and we're here. OISE. Everybody looks so beautiful, and to have Usai Bobo among us, Usai Bobo. We have some awards. It's never here. While we are getting ready for the presentation of awards, our children also does a hara. Let's not do this one thing with the do also. The word a hara means poetry. A hara means umbrella. How you say it and how you pronounce it matters a lot. So some will think they understand, but you just mistake. So make friends with one of us. By the way, well, our children, actually we have a caravan. Come on down. I saw stuff. Give I saw a round of applause. And give a round of applause. Don't stop. Don't stop. Look at this princess. Ubi, come on down. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it up. If we want to encourage our children to stick at home, then we want to do this. I saw that. My honor.
Last year, can they saw you?
Come this way, say it in the middle. There you go.
Kalima, Kiekinima, Yeye Ima Poema, Yeye Ikeke Poema, Yeye Ezebe Ima, Yeye Erabo Ima, Nima Faube Midaya, Yohi Himare, Yeye Mada Poema.
And coming up next, well, let's celebrate Astosa first. Owen, if you are in the house, come closer. Daryl. All right. Then we must give Astosa 3 rounds of applause for the courage, for the bravery. Actually, if you don't know, Astosa, we thought it was poetry. He just prayed for all of us. Yes. That was actually the Lord's prayers in a dome.
Yes. For children. Yes.
For children, yes.
Won't we all give me a
Jessica.
Bazomo, Babila, Wawese, the year of Luzomo, but Wawese, Wally wine, Badomo, the same and I am my word in the avenue wine. I would like to call on Dr. Apostle Baywana to step to the podium. Apostle Baywana. Chief Francis presided with ya. Francis presided with ya. Dr. Harris, Dosa, in Nabulele. That's the podium. Dr. Nabulele.
Oh, yeah.
In our culture, is the great importance of eldership. Eldership is not just by age. And as we honor our elders, I'll give you an example of the level of respect and regard we have for our elders. In the way our system and society is structured, it starts with Osanobwa. Osanobwa is the greatest divinity. Some call it God, some say Allah, and in Benin we say Osanobwa. In my clan language, we say Osinegba, Ogenosuni. After Osanobwa, we then have our temples in charge of our spiritual lives. And some today, they have the church or the mosque, so we do have our shrines and temples that ensure that we stay righteous and uplifted. And those are the ones that look after the affairs of our kings, who are the representation of divinity here on earth too for us. Then we have the ancestors, who are also sometimes placed in the same category as the elders, because they help us learn the ways of our people. So, in our society, the family is key, is primary. Because they say when you have a family, you can never be a slave. So the destruction of a family system is the destruction of a society. In the family system, the heart of it is the elders. So that's why when as a young we get married young, it is the elders, the grandmothers, the grandfathers that raise the children in great wisdom. Because the young have to go out there and find food, and learn, and explore. And the wisdom of the elders raise the child. That is the structure of the society that we have. And because our ancestors they know the importance of the family system and this structure, that is why, welcome, we can yes. Thank you, good time. So because they know the importance of the system, you realize that as maidens we marry in good time. We start having children when our bodies can still heal and recuperate. And the beauty of such system is that we all as children we grow up to see our generations, 4, 5, 6 generations at a time. And the elders they grow up to see their generations at a time. 4 generations the minimum. Because the children usually are raised by the grandmothers and the grandfathers of our homes. And that is why people, when they start getting gray hair, look like now we died when we see it. When we start having our gray hairs show, it is an honor to the wisdom that we hold. And when we say elder, it's not because just of age. We had to earn it. It's wisdom. There are initiations we have to go through. That your character and your value have to uphold that elderhood. It is in that knowledge to say that it is on these shoulders that we stand today. That these honors that Lady Network, no day goes by
without us understanding the sacrifices, the ones we know, the ones we don't know, that you have made. But you know the sweet things about our elders, they have so much stories for us to tell.
Yeah.
2 hours they'll be telling the stories. Unfortunately, our modern life will not give us the advantage of listening to the wonderful stories that we told. And I wonder what instructions we do for ourselves with that. But even for that, thank you for still telling those stories. And use this opportunity to honor the leader again for making aware of the stories through this award today. Urese Katabo!
Modigo que buque de gila ni madre ni culero güey. Toda mani mao. Modigo que buque de gila ni madre ni culero güey. Toda mani mao.
Next on the agenda will be another presentation of awards to without volunteerism, without people giving their time. They don't get paid for this, including some others. Then also we have non-adult and other people, including adult members, that have volunteered. But I will let my sister, she does such a good job in intro. I'll let her take this.
And now we do the colors again. So, wonderful special member of Provincial Parliament and the chair of all government agencies, LPP Davidson, to help deliver these awards to the volunteers. Again, let's put a clap. Let's clap for LPP as a special station. Thank you. Thank you.
So if you are in this picture and you're here, please step to the podium.
Oh, volunteers, please step to the podium.
Okay, I'm back on the microphone again, and I must let you know that volunteering is something means quite a bit to me. I don't care who you are, where you're from. If you don't have volunteer time on your resumes, I'm not hiring you. Okay? So people that volunteer, I take this very personal. And as a result of that, if you're not putting your volunteer time in, don't apply to me, because you're not going to be hired. It's not just about qualifications, but if you deliver to your community in whatever form, you'll always get me reciprocating quickly to make certain that you are on that list of them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, MPP David Smith, for that very clear message. As it has been said earlier, volunteerism is the cornerstone of what we do today, and it is for that we honor them. Lady Neckband will call out each names. And MVP David Smith will hand over to each volunteer the awards, for which a picture will be taken.
So, the first lecturer is Dr. Oscar Harris in Abulele. Camera, picture. Where's the picture? Of course, you are the next person. Yes, Mr. Agawa today. Okay. So I'll give you. Okay. Mr. Agawa today over there. Area Ruwa, Yes, area Ruwa Omori. Jennifer.
Okay.
Give me a Jennifer, please. Jennifer. Lady Arabiamo Nokia Oberi.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes. Oh, this is
Dr. Elmo Esther. Is she here today? Dr. Elmo Esther. Dr. Tuan.
Yes, Dr.
Mrs. Rita of Biasoke. Mr. Osadebare of Biasoke.
Oh, okay.
Harryman Awowo. Mr. Harryman Awowo started volunteering for the Nigerian Canadian Multicultural Center. They have done a fantastic work with the Nigerian Canadian Multicultural Center. You deserve it. Thank you. Thank you for your community service. Thank you.
See you again.
Yeah, Simon, and one.
Stand and stay.
Thank you.
Let you make congratulations. Bring that camera out here. Great.
Where's Jennifer? Jennifer, Vanessa, is waiting now to start with your friend. Thank you so much for your support.
Put a smile on that face. Let's go now. It's a party here.
So let's take a group picture.
All right, and now everybody, with a standing ovation for the women for whom we are here today. The one who brings us all together, irrespective of where we're from. There is this special award going now to Miss Nepe Obasokie. Thank you so much. Oh, y'all, let's say. We want to thank you all for this effort. And at this time, while we celebrate all our efforts, I want to use this opportunity to acknowledge very important dignitaries in the house. It is an organization that we all belong to. It's called OISE Auditorium. OISE Auditorium means the Edo State. OISE Auditorium is the Edo State Association of Edos in Nigeria. Sorry, in Canada. Of all Edos in Canada. We want to acknowledge their presence. Please, could you kindly wait for us to see you? Yes, thank you. Let's give a round of applause, please. We have the president with us and the elders of council with us, representing the whole of Edo in Canada. That's where we belong to, and we are all a part of that association, representing us from Edo. From all Edo, they are the face of Edo in Canada.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. And again, when we continue to say Edo, you know that there's a whole lot of different languages. Any answer here? Raise your hand. Oh, I like Coming up next, we have a speaker, Ibomosa Osazua Icewind. Please come on down, wherever you are. Give him a round of applause. And in the sake of time, please, Mr. Icewind, keep it as short as possible. Yeah, you can use that. I thank you.
but I'm not going to be one. Obaba, Obobe, Obota, meaning good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everyone else watching us around the world. This is a very special occasion, and it's an honor to be speaking to you, my beautiful Edo people, and our guests today about the importance of our cultural heritage. My name is Inimeoi Mousa Usazua Asu. I want to start by thanking our guest sister here, Lady Negme Obasugi, for thinking, executing, and persisting on this noble initiative. I have spoken to her on a few occasions, and I must tell you that putting this together is not easy. No. So please, let's give her a round of applause. Yeah. Edo culture comes with a lot of beautiful stories. Stories of courage, love, endurance, stories like the stories of Queen Eden, and Emota. So today I'd like to give my speech based on 3 stories. One happened 39 years ago at the age of 7. When my father summoned me and my siblings, he said to us, meaning you guys will have to start speaking Benin in the house. We grumbled and protested that we do not want to speak Benin to pollute our command of the so-called English, special English language. It was literally an abomination then to speak vernacular. In fact, we could as well call it vernacular at that time. The perception of what the society, especially schools, taught of our mother tongue made us kill our tongue. Yes. Just imagine cutting your tongue and borrowing someone else's tongue to speak. I stand here today and I'm glad that I still have the ability to speak some of my language. But I also stand here reflecting on what happened to that 7-year-old boy, that he did not embrace what is his identity. When I get answers to those questions, I only see one picture, which is the picture of my father. Okay. Now, I'm not here to blame my 88-year-old father, because the tables have turned now and I'm now a father. But I just want to use this as a metaphor to ask you, and us in general, what are we accepting from our kids that we shouldn't? What are we doing today to change the cultural identity for them tomorrow? 3 months ago, I traveled to Ottawa for a speaking engagement. And I met a young man of Edo heritage. I asked for his name and he gave me an English name. I said, no, what is your Edo name? And he said, the name is too long, it's hard to pronounce. I said, give me, I'll try to pronounce it. He still insisted, he couldn't give me the name, he doesn't know the name, he said, it's too long. So he gave me his complimentary card. And I'll tell you today, I saw one of the most absurd things. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. He abbreviated his surname with an English name.
What?
Now, I will not, for protecting the young man, I will not call the exact name, but it was something like a room wisdom. Totally killing the meaning of the name. I felt hot. It wasn't my name, but I felt seriously disrespected.
Yes.
So my question is, what are we doing to plan? And I felt it is very important for me to put it in. It is my own radical way of fighting to retain our cultural heritage.
That's good. Thank you.
No offense. And I decided to actually dump it because so the English people can have more names to give their kids. And no offense to the English people, but this is the way of protecting my own culture. When the colonial masters invaded our culture, stealing our arts, talents, names, and language a long time ago, and some people will say, how did they steal our names? They stole our names when you felt it was important to put an English name as your first name.
Yes.
They stole our names when you come over here and you think you have to swap your native name into the middle so that you can get the job. So, if we have to take back our cultural heritage, our name and our language, we have to be radical the same way they were forced to be radical to steal this thing from us.
Yes.
I once attended a Greek festival in Scarborough, and I quickly observed two things. Number one, they had lots of children at events. I don't know how many of our children we have here with us today.
They are not here.
Okay.
Their parents are not here.
Number two, they never spoke a word of English. Now, I say this is an example of radically preservation of culture in a nation that is English speaking. We're saying Professor Uswanele for really showing us how it is to preserve our culture, and I'm learning from that. You spoke here, and 90% of what you spoke about was in Benin, apart from the quotes you gave. I observed it. So today is the language day. I think if we don't gradually challenge ourselves on what we will do to preserve our culture, this day is just going to be like an indoor caravana event where we get to eat, drink, socialize, talk, and take no action. I probably have spoken Benin for 10% today. The next time I want to be able to improve it to 20 or 30%.
Thank you.
And after that, until it gets to 100%. I'd like to end this speech today by reminding us that Benin was once the capital city and commercial hub of the pre-colonial Africa. And here, which is the most, still holds the Guinness Book record for the largest handmade wall.
Yes, and the eighth.
These are some of the qualities, these qualities are still inherent in us. Edo or Odion, but are we where we should be? Thank you.
Thank you.
Please give my brother, my son, another don't rush after that. You said so much and so well, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm guilty of having 6 children here, never bothered to teach them my language. You have inspired me today, and in your name, I will start trying. Thank you. Now, I think I'm going to have to invite you to all the events that I MC every weekend because you fill in the blank for me. I really appreciate you. But coming up, I have waited for this time for so long. Coming up next, please, I would like for us going back to being a do and honoring each other. I want to introduce one among us, who here do among us. A crown prince among us, a direct descendant of Oba S.E.G. It is my honor to introduce my brother, my prince, Ephraim Idiakosa Wabuike, the crown prince of Onitsha Alona, Delta State, Nigeria, is to speak to us, not only to introduce him, but to speak to us about ancestral relationship with the Benin Kingdom. Please give him a standing round of applause. In the absence of our chief, we must honor our crown prince. Please give him a round of applause.
Good evening, my brothers and sisters.
Good evening.
And welcome to this event. I have to start by my usual way of doing things. It is always right to give glory to God for the day He has given to us and the life He has given to us. It is also good to honor our ancestors. And I also stand to give the due respect to the head of our royal family, Omanopa Nedo, Ukwapa, Iwaya the second, Yes, as the MC said, yes.
That's all the way up already.
Havana?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a soft speaker.
I am by name Odiakosa. I am the son of Mdoka Esike, the son of Mwaboke Maibo, the son of Anim of Samike, the son of Ofoko, the son of Sazua Nobe, Oba Nisika Uba Eze, the son of Queen Elaba, and Oba Esike, the son of Queen Idia, and Oba Ozolua, the son of Oba Iwere the First. Today we are talking about Edo language. In Anioma today, we have variations of languages that's to the degree that our original Edo language seems to have been diluted or veered away from. Yet, the words and the meanings still remain. They've mentioned the kingdom of Onitshawana many times. The word Onitshawana is actually a derivative of the new word. Originally, a homeoto or homina. Teach. From a homeoto or homina, because of the influence of the larger population and dominance of Igbo language in the environment we live, they translated a homeoto to the understandable language of Igbo, which is Onochiani. From Onochiani, now we have the combination. They initially retained the second part of it, Onoshiani or Homina. Along the line, they still changed from Onochiani to Onicha or Lomina. Again, see the variation again. Yes. Onochi or Lomina instead of Onochi or Homina. Then, when Bishop Carlo of the Italian bishop that was posted to the area at the arrival of the British, he changed because he couldn't pronounce Onochi properly. He changed it to Onocha. From there, the Olomina also, because there is a river, well-known river in Italy, which he was familiar with, called Olona. Instead of Olomina, he swapped it with Olona. Wow. So we ended up having Onitsha Olona. Wow. Teach me. That is how the original Benin word, a homeoto or homina, changed down to Onitsha Olona. Wow. Preach! Today in Anioma, you hear of different Onitsha, like Onitsha Olona, Onitshubo, Onitsha Ado, Onitsha Ukwane, Onitsha, and the rest of them. Original word and names were a homeoto preceded with whatever else they put to it. So, like I said, a homeoto or homina, a homeoto ubo, a homeoto ipo, a homeoto ado, ukuma de ado, a homeoto ukwane, and a homeoto nta. How did this come to be? The history has it. I'm not going to go into the detail of it. When one of the chiefs that was installed by Oba Iwere the First decided to revolt against Iwere, and then in the course of that killed his own son, his own wife, who was the daughter of Oba Iwere, and that was in the person of Ezechima. That the death of Uvi, the daughter of Iwere, the wife of Ezechima, led our people to go after Chima in a manner of war. That war is what led our people to settling where we are in the Eastern Esparce. After capturing and subduing him and his supporters, our warriors were strategically positioned in those areas to make sure that there is no more uprising. That is why if you come to the place we call Anyama today, Anyama was not the original name. The original name was Ihomeoto. That name, Ihomeoto, was given to the place we call Anyama now by Oba Urogwa himself. Now, the warriors who fought the war were positioned north, south, east, and west. And that is why you come to the north and you find a Homioto Omina, a Homioto Ugo, and a Homioto Eko. You go to the south, you find a Homioto Ukwani and Abo. You go to the east, you find a Homioto Ado and Ukumaga Ado. You come to the east, to the west, you find a Homioto Nta. Now, which towns are these ones today? Onicholana, Onichubo, Onichoko. Onishado, which is precisely called Onisha. Okay, and Ekumagado, which is presently Ela. Okwan, Onichokwan is also in the south, in the Ndopa area. And on the Ika side, Onichanta, which is today called Abonta. Okay, so this is how the warriors were situated in order to keep the enclave in check, to prevent further uprising. And that is how our people left the Benin to settle in there. But when we said left in Benin, did they actually leave Benin? No. Where we call Anyama now was originally part of the ancient Igodo. Yes. Present-day Anyama is inhabited by 4 major ethnic groups: the Edo, the Igbos, the Igala, and the Yorubas. That is why in Anyama we say that Anyama is a hybrid of 4 major ethnic groups. It is not an Igbo land, it is not an Edo land, it is not an Igala land, it is not a Yoruba land, but a hybrid of the 4 ethnic groups coming together. However, the predominant culture that presided over the land for centuries is the Benin culture. And that is why till today, every major royal family in Anyama today, you will always see the symbol of Ada. You can't do without it.
Yes.
The rattle staff is Isikure. We have it in Anyama till today. The rattle staff for the Easterners is different. It's normally made with iron. That of Anyama is made with wood, just as it is done in Benin. And when you see the Isikure for Anyama people, Edo people, you will see the carve, like for that of the Igbo, you see it's just like a bell attached to the rod. While that of ours, you see the carved holes where the rattle beads are slotted in.
Yes.
Again, a sign of who we are as by culture. So, without taking much of our time, Onicholana is an ancient Benin settlement of warriors. And that is who we are. And Nyoma as a whole was predominantly ruled by the Benin princes in the past. And with due respect to every other ethnic group there, we all are brothers and sisters, in my own view.
Yes.
But this is who we are, and this is how we come to be. I had someone ask me a question not long ago, why is Anyama the name, an Igbo name, and you say that Anyama is also a Benin land or an Edo land? Point of correction, the word Anyama is not an Igbo word, it is an acronym carved out from the 4 major local governments that was created by the British after taking over the land. They divided it into Anyocha, Ndokwa, Ika, and Oshimiri. Taking the 4th letter of these 4 ethnic groups, local governments, they came up with Ani. But they did not, Anyam does not make any meaning. So, the group of committee that we are responsible for calling a new name, this was, by the way, in 1951. The community has been in existence dating back to the 1200s. So when you hear Anyama as a name, it's a name that was coined in the 50s, not in the 1200s. So, further, Anyocha was divided into north and south, while Oshimili was divided into Oshi and Mili. Now you have the first A, N from Ndokwa, I from Yeka, O from the Oshi, M from the Mili, and the last A from Anyocha South. That is how you come to have Anyoma.
Wow. Preach. Restoration of the dead. I
am from the Benin royal family by the grace of God, by birth, by blood. A descendant of Obaisige. I am of the line of the second son of Obaisige, originally Prince Osazua, who later became Oba Ube, Oba Nisi. He took the regular name Ube when he was installed the Oba Nisi. So this is my Benin roots, and this is my Benin connection, and this is how my hometown.
Restoration.
Nekme Obasogie, the leader of Edo Language Day, the initiator of Edo Language Day, our little girl who has become a princess and a queen among us. Please, ladies and gentlemen, before we start, put your hands together, round of applause. It's not over here, this is a dynamite comes in small packages. I'm going to count from 9 to 1, you cut at 1, at 0. Okay. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, Eva, Happy birthday. Open to Pierre. Open to Pierre. Yes, now I'll hand it to my sister Abiogo and the group to really serenade and actually sing the happy birthday song like we sing it at home, not the other way.
Yali, Yali.
Yali, Yali. Give them a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, while we have just about 2 items left on the program and we're moving fast, then we'll still do refreshment later on. But one of the highlights of the event is the Edo Luminary Award. That's what is next. Where are you?
Okay, Prince Ephraim of the Apostle, no bouquet.
If they tell me how to wine,
Yes. We have, again, you can see it on the slide, the Luminary Award recipient is Monica Omorodion. Monica, come on down. Give her a round of applause. Ha, Dr. Osholene Pure. I'll give it all to them. Then I have Andrew Enoffing. Where are you? If Andrew Enoffing is in the house, give him a round of applause. And if he's not, he'll join us later. Professor Njoki Wayne. Where are you, Professor? Maybe Professor Njoki Wayne is not here? But give her a round of applause anyway. Because her presence is felt. The reason she's receiving this award is because she's done so much for us. So we thank you very much. Also, I'm looking for, this one is small. Dr. Cynthia Emokaro. Omokaro, where are you? Come on down. Oh. Where's she? Please, we need you in the... Sorry, maybe because I butchered her name, she was not sure if it was. Talk to me. You see, this is so small. No, before we go, what? Dr. What was his first name? Oh, I told him, see, I don't want to... I love it that you put it on. You know, and also we need this Angela you see, so that's why it means we all still have to learn. Give her a round of applause.
All right, I was just telling my class today, she had told me in May, after we did the women's program, that she was going to give me this award. At that time, I didn't have any desire, but this summer we started an Edo summer series, teaching Edo language and culture, and we have 75 students already enrolled. So our children are very much interested in learning the language. It's people from United States and Canada. So we will start enrollment for the next one in the fall. I will be at the Edo convention in 2 weeks. You can reach out to me. Again, I'm Dr. Omokaro. I am a medical doctor by training, but I do love language. I love culture.
Thank you.
You are an amazing doctor. The young doctor who inspired by your work. You are very young and a doctor. And she also mobilized women in the Edo community as well. She's very young, but she's doing a lot. Just like we are trying to mentor her to take over what we are doing right now. Cynthia, you are going to do that?
You know, I felt that when I came in today. I was like, wait a minute, what did I sign myself up for? But if it's the will of God, if it's the will of the ancestors.
Yes.
Before here, is my weakness. I am not really the kind of person that likes the spotlight for anything. But he introduced me to this lady at the convention last year. And I was surprised. Later on, I think a month later, she called, requesting for interview. And I was like, I don't want to be in this social media space. So I know she was looking for information. Not giving it to her is a disservice to our ancestors. Now I have to choose between my self-conservative and introversy and doing the bidding of God and our ancestors. So I gave in. And I told her a few months ago, I just like to be very quiet, but you drew me into the public eye. It's not a curse, it's a blessing. And she deserves a blessing from God and our ancestors.
Amen.
So I credit her for bringing me into the public realm. I really did not want it. But that is where we are, and I want to say thank you so much. I have to say this because my people in Lavona who saw the interviews we did in the past, we are very impressed and they were very thankful for it. Some of them reached out and said that it is long overdue when the people hear our story. And you bringing it up, yeah, I spoke, but if you did not bring me up, people will not know our story. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you.
Amen.
I know I don't speak the name, but it's, I think it's a little bit, I flew for 2 days to be here, so I think I deserve to speak.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, my elders. Thank you, everyone here, thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Monica. Let me say it again. Monica. There was a gentleman that said he's going to do 10%, 20%. I'm starting today.
Good.
Yes. And she asked the question, she said, why don't you speak? The reason why I'm here today because my dad is here. I mean, they're not here in Canada, but in America. Why am I here today? I need to answer the question. It's not to come here, don't create, take a picture. It's about telling the stories. They said if we do not tell our stories, who will? And if they do, they'll tell it from their own perspective. I never learned the language. When I came to America about 33 or 34 years ago, I did not speak no Benin, but I watched Nollywood. And I started learning. Everything they spoke here, I heard. But I can't speak it well, but I'm trying. You know, when my dad came back from England, he told my mom, don't speak the language today, we don't want to mess up their English. A little child can learn 5, 6 languages. So if my parents here, and you're not teaching your child, it's a shame. Teach us, because we are lost. Teach us, because we need to speak the story, we need to tell the stories. I go to all Edo conventions, and I'm going to Detroit. You people need to teach us, you people need to bring us. Don't walk past me again. I senior you, make us speak in you do not walk past me and sit down and not introduce us. What's happening? I'm a Benin Pekin. I'm a Tour Pekin. So, thank you, my elders. Thank you for teaching us. Thank you. Like I said, if you do not tell our stories, Negbe, she needs to be appreciated.
Yes.
Negbe is a girl, I see her. You know, I don't have to be here, but it took me 2 days to be here. You know what I'm saying? I am proud of you, Negbe. That's why I came here. It's not because of your award. I get a lot of award, but Edo, I eat it. I want to speak it. I want to speak like you guys, but I can't. So you know what? I'm happy. I'm learning, and my brother, I heard you. I am going to start saying, even if you laugh at me, I'm speaking. So thank you so very much.
I just wanted to add a little bit. Here, Monica happened to come from Boston. So she flew 2 days, but we flew 1.5 hours. I had my
my two daughters in the audience. They're right there. We're from Asia originally, and my brother just contested for the Edo State Governor, Dr. Martin Ohomoibi. Ohomoibi is my father's name. I'm from Asia originally, and Oriaki is the married name. So my daughters, I just want to give them kudos, because every time they say, Mommy, say it in Asia. And we've been doing that, and they've been doing wonderfully well. They all born in America, but they go to Nigeria more than I do. So we must drive our children home. Monica here is a Nollywood, a big Nollywood actress, right here. Even when she doesn't speak, she wants to drive home. I want to applaud my children. They love Nigeria. Every time, Mommy, let's go, they will go without me. Teach your children that, and I want to thank you, that young man that spoke. We must speak our language. We must, because when you don't speak your language, you're lost. Thank you all so much, very much.
Ọmọ àmúadé ọ̀nà ìṣẹ̀. Ihe òpèánẹ́ tó pẹ́ ìṣẹ́ tó mọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀pọ̀ ìwé fà. Àwọn ìpèrè ní à, ẹ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ kìlà pọ̀ ẹ̀. Ẹ̀dọ́ ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́ máa náà àmúadé ìmà sùpọ̀ yúrò. Sùpọ̀ ẹ̀ á má máa yìí nà sí yúrò. Àfihàn àdìpá ndẹ́ àkèyàrú pọ̀mọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́. Ọ̀nì àfáwọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ inú gbọ́nà lọ́sẹ̀ àkèdọ̀ amọ̀gbẹ̀ àdọ̀máì ọmọ inú gbọ́nà sẹ̀. Kọ̀ọ̀mù gbígbé lòósọ̀ mẹ́gbẹ́ ìhárọ̀wùkìí ìbáni akéèpọ̀ àwọn owó ògbọ́n ní àìwọ̀n ìpín yẹ̀kún. Zẹ́rẹ̀ ìgbénáyí múnà ní afẹ́fẹ́fẹ́ lọ kẹ́kẹ́ wáyá ẹ̀rí ẹ̀dọ̀má. Ìnàhíà ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀wù ìwò bẹ́ẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ bẹ̀gáwé ní máa lédè, àríyí máa lédè. Ìná òrùnánà rẹ̀ wúnà ìkíní gbọ̀wà ẹ̀yọ́ fi yé. Màá yé ní bòtí ìtàtú náà ẹ̀ máa mọ́ ẹ̀hẹ̀ rẹ̀ lónà ẹ̀tọ́ mẹ́wàá ìrẹ̀lẹ̀. Ìtàtú ọ̀rìmà nẹ́tọ́ nẹ́tẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ́ nàfẹ́ ẹ̀hó náà nàfẹ́ àríṣẹ́ yẹ̀wò náà. Zero balọ̀nà rọ̀ nẹ́gídí àìsẹ́ ìpé ẹ̀yà náà ìlò sún ẹ̀ àríṣẹ́ yẹ̀wò náà. Àgbọ̀nà rẹ̀rìn gẹ́rí máa rẹ̀ Dr. Eha Gosa àìsàn ìyọ́ yá máa náà fòrò mẹ́mà yà á máa rí máa ó dìde ọba èrèdìàwà lọ́pàṣẹ yọ láti lè ha iṣẹ́ wo náà tẹ́lẹ̀ náà ọ̀nà ẹ̀wù lọ́rí ẹ̀wù gbéa ìrẹ́dọ̀ yafẹ́ mọ́ yafẹ́ nìyí wọ́n dé ọ̀nà ẹ̀wù ìmànẹ́dọ̀ ọ̀rí kẹ̀kẹ́ náà sẹ́wù náà lè mọ́ ẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn ikú ní ìyẹn náà bá kẹ̀kẹ́ náà rájọ́ ìyẹn àjọjọ́ àwọn tó rí ikú kíkù náà ní ìtì ìwẹ́lẹ̀ jọra fẹ́ ẹ̀rí ikú ògbọ̀n àwọn àsìtí wà lè sọ̀rọ̀ náà sọ̀rọ̀ yẹ kú kéré jọra ní ìlà ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ ó yẹ èèyàn tó náà fi o èèmọ́ náà yá fẹ́ nìrèjì àná abáṣẹ́ṣẹ́ èmi ìkùnà rí wọn adélẹ́ ìgbìnàmúyà ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ ẹ̀yìn náà ayípọ̀ pẹ̀wẹ́ ayíwà òwúpọ̀ sẹ̀ òdókòpọ̀ ọ̀ragide wọn àfọ̀lẹ́kẹ́rẹ́ sẹ̀ oríṣiríṣi lẹ́ kó yọ rẹ̀ má dẹ́kun wẹ̀ ọ̀rí ìwòsùn ẹ̀lẹ́ arúgbó gbéra ikọ́ ló sẹ̀ ìhẹ́ òru àwẹ̀ ọ̀rí ìpè ní àyàmọ́ náà yáfẹ́ níwọ̀n rẹ̀ ìmọ̀ ayáfọ̀ ló ẹ̀tẹ̀lẹ̀ náà ọ̀sẹ̀ kó yọ.
Ìdákòrò bí ọmọ ọjọ́dó.
Ìdákòrò bí ọmọ ọjọ́dó. Ìdákòrò bí ọmọ ọjọ́dó. Ìdákòrò bí ọmọ ìmọ̀ ìdíjí pọ̀ ọjọ́dó. Ìdákòrò bí ọmọ ìmọ̀ ìdíjí pọ̀ ọjọ́dó. Ìdákòrò bí ọmọ ọjọ́dó.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please give the young ladies a round of applause. Young men and ladies a round of applause. And your attention, please. I want to quickly, all of this that you experienced today came out of the effort of volunteers with time in any way. I would say 90% of the funding came from individuals like Nekman. But on the other hand, we are doing, if you can, here is the Preservation of an African Indigenous Language, the Diary of Edo Language Day Worldwide. Nekwe Obasugi. Everybody in this house, I know you, as much as you wanted to know something about Edo. How about taking one of these home? It's only $20. I'll take one. So if you need one, it's right here. Or if you want to pay more, I'll be glad to take it. It's just a fundraising for the future Edo Language Day. This is not about Nekmen, this is not about other than Edo language. So
it's written in English language, not in Edo language.
There you go. So at least you get to understand more. Explain more about it.
Yeah, this book is the Diary of Edo Language Day, right from the foundational program. Ensure that we document all our activities. You know, so if you purchase this book, you are donating to the production of Edo Language Day. $20.
So again, I don't know. You don't have to have it. You can pledge.
$20.
There you go. Sister said, if you need one, just raise your hand. I'll come to you. We have the Edo State Association of Nigeria in Canada. Thank you very much. And I have the president, my sister, Evelyn Osazuwa in the house. Please. Give her a round of applause, please. I think it is important that we also acknowledge all other Edo and the association. And actually, I'll say this. I will need all of the association here next year. Promise? Thank you very much. That's all you have to do.
Thank you all. My dear sister, thank you so much. We love what you do. Edo State Associations of Canada, we love what you do, and they sent me here to support you with this token. They said a little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. And for you all that came all over to come and celebrate with our sister, thank you. Edo language is very important. Not just Edo language. Every language is important. And we pray that we are able to introduce this to our children. Like I always tell my children here, personally, I love my language. I'm an Asian woman. My children that were born here, they speak my language. I told them you have no choice. A few years ago, I took them to Ottawa. I said, you must obtain a Nigerian passport. It doesn't matter what you have here as a Canadian, home is home. We that are still the first generation that are here, you are still, Canada will still classify you as a Nigerian, not a Canadian. So I gave them a Nigerian passport. So let us please join our sister, promote the culture, promote the language, a language that we have to treasure all our life. A word as the word might be. So might be. On this side, no, we are, let's not get to a good business. We are all one. It doesn't matter whether we try to divide it by language, we are all one. I have a history. Let's not a docket. Of course. I know history. My part of Edo Esa is closer to Benin than any other Isha. So, thank you all. It's just the river that divides us from Okoko. Okay. So we are very close to the Benin. God bless you. God bless you.
Oh, Maggie, will you see, Maggie, will you see, Maggie, will you see it? Oh, Maggie, will you see, Maggie, will you see it? Now that it's over, I'll give it to my sister, the beautiful voices. I call them now almost like the beautiful chorus. So take it away and you can sing my heart out and let me dance. It has been a pleasure being your MC, and I hope to see you next year. Well, it looks like we've come to the end of this program, and I'll call again on the voice you just heard, Nick, to give us a closing remark.
All right, so thank you all.